Travel's true magic isn't in the sights or souvenirs, it's in the human connections we make. The most powerful stories are found in quiet moments and unfamiliar traditions, far from the tourist trail. In remote places, hospitality is more than a gesture. It's a lifeline, rooted in ancient customs and profound kindness. Imagine arriving, exhausted, in a harsh landscape, only to be welcomed with a generosity that redefines what it means to be a guest. Here, survival and trust are inseparable, and the rules of modern life give way to something deeper. I've been humbled by people who, with little to give, share everything: food, shelter, and stories. This is the soul of travel, learning that there are countless ways to care for one another, some so intimate they challenge our assumptions. Let's explore a tradition of hospitality that reveals the heart of human connection, a story of survival, community, and the ultimate act of welcome. In some of the world's most isolated places, hospitality takes a form that startles outsiders. When a lone traveler arrives, the host may offer not just food and shelter, but the companionship of his wife for the night, a gesture of absolute trust. This isn't about disrespect, it's the highest honor, a way of saying, "You are family here." The wife's role is active and respected, her participation a vital part of the ritual. In these cultures, survival depends on trust and cooperation, not individual boundaries. Such intimacy forges alliances and ensures travelers, often bearers of news or goods, feel indebted and protected. To refuse is a grave insult. To accept is to become part of the family, if only for a night. This tradition reminds us that hospitality's meaning is not universal. What seems unthinkable in one culture is sacred in another, rooted in trust and connection. This tradition has appeared in various forms, always in places where life is harsh and isolation is the norm. Among the Inuit of Greenland and Siberia, a guest was a rare and vital presence. Offering a wife's warmth could mean survival in the Arctic night. One explorer, frostbitten and exhausted, was welcomed by an Inuit family with food, dry clothes, and a place beside the wife, a gesture of ultimate trust. Similar customs existed in Himalayan villages, where polyandry and fluid partnerships helped families survive scarcity and long absences. These practices were never widespread, but they were logical adaptations to extreme environments. The common thread: survival, and the guest's paramount importance. In a world without hotels, every home was a sanctuary. This tradition was the ultimate promise of safety and belonging. To understand this tradition, we must look at the values beneath it. Hospitality was a sacred duty. Failing a guest could bring shame or misfortune. Trust was everything. Offering such intimacy meant placing your honor and family in the guest's hands. The guest, in turn, was bound to act with respect and integrity. In collectivist cultures, the group's well-being outweighed individual desires. Welcoming a stranger so completely strengthened the community's network and ensured future reciprocity. Notions of love and marriage were different. The wife's role was respected, her participation an act of strength and generosity. This worldview challenges our own, asking us to see relationships through a new lens. It's a reminder that community and survival can reshape even our most personal customs. For travelers, encountering this tradition is often humbling and disorienting. Imagine arriving in a remote village, exhausted and vulnerable, and being welcomed not just with food and warmth, but with a gesture that transcends language. One European mountaineer in Nepal struggled with the offer, fearing offense either way. His guide explained to refuse would insult the family's honor. Accepting, he found the experience was not about physicality, but about trust and acceptance. He was no longer a stranger. Travelers describe feeling immense gratitude and a deep sense of responsibility. Such radical openness forces us to confront our own assumptions and prejudices. The family offers their most precious gift, a place within their intimate circle. These encounters leave lasting impressions, teaching that the greatest gifts of travel are feelings of trust, respect, and shared humanity. The stories brought home are quiet reflections on the power of kindness in unexpected places. Like many ancient customs, this tradition is fading as the world changes. Roads, technology, and new economies reach once isolated regions, transforming ways of life. Modern amenities mean survival no longer depends on such intimate hospitality. Hospitality is now often transactional. A rented room, not a place in the family circle. Exposure to outside values has shifted attitudes. Younger generations may see the custom as outdated or even shameful. Many communities have abandoned the practice to align with modern norms. Yet its legacy endures in stories and memories, a marker of a time when trust was essential for survival. Studying this tradition isn't about judgment, but about honoring a unique chapter in our shared human story. It reminds us that cultures adapt, change, and sometimes quietly disappear. As we close, let's set aside judgment and embrace a sense of wonder. Every culture adds a unique thread to the world's tapestry, and even the most unfamiliar customs enrich our understanding. This tradition teaches us about trust, survival, and the sacred duty of welcoming strangers. It challenges our ideas of privacy and ownership, reminding us of humanity's adaptability and need for connection. Let this story be an invitation to stay curious and empathetic. When we encounter unfamiliar customs, let's ask, what history and values shape this practice? The greatest souvenir from travel is a broadened perspective. In the end, travel reflects our shared needs for safety, belonging, and connection. By understanding others, we better understand ourselves and the beautiful, complex world we share.